I'm going to drill and countersink all these parts. I'm using 2 screw guns with the tools ready, so it goes fast, and with the drill I can just... and then change to the countersink. And here I made a cool trick. So to get consistent depth of the countersink without having to think, I just push washers on the shaft there. You can put how many washers you want for the depth you want. In the end of yesterday's video, I mentioned I had a problem with the manufacturing model. The pieces moved around, so I wanted to fix this corner and cut that away. This needs to be a 90-degree corner, but we have a 3mm radius from the 6mm tool bit that I need to take out on all these pieces. So that was the issue yesterday. Trying a faster way. First a hacksaw like this. Okay, for the next batch of these, I'm going to design them for manufacturing. I can do a lot of cool things on the CNC machine to make putting these together much easier. Here's another thing I have to do after the CNC machine. I have to round this corner over, and if I do double-sided machining on the next batch, I can do this on the machine. So that's going to be a fun little optimization designing, but now I have to do it manually. I scribed a line here with the caliper so I know where to sand to. Okay, so what is all this about? For any new viewers, I would like to give some context. So yesterday I started to do some measurement in the marble divider. And the idea is that the top marble of the marble divider has to be flush. This is what I said yesterday. The goal with today is that this marble will pass over all these channels. As you can see now, it's getting stuck already on 13 there. If we get all these flush, it will roll straight over. Yesterday I designed and machined all these pieces, and today we're gonna try them on the Marble Machine X. So now we can make an educated guess about which module to put in. So if you look at these modules here, you can quite clearly see how the top marble is getting higher and higher and higher and higher. So they all have their individual value, their individual number. This is 17.4mm. I'm going to choose 6 modules. So let's start with this channel to see which module we're gonna put in. So the first channel used the 0 module. It's exactly this one here. We want the marble to be 3mm higher than what this module made. So now we can compare. I'm gonna measure the distance from the marble to the plywood. So 3.7, which means that now I want to find a module that has a 0.7 distance from the marble to the plywood. That's too much. I think this one is a great guess. You can clearly see how the top marble is higher in this module than in this one. This is the best guess I can make. I don't expect to nail it first try. We're just gonna try it and see if we have to shuffle the modules around. I'm doing the 5th module here, and what's cool when I have so much fine choices is that I almost have a 1/10 of a millimeter precision. So the original one was 7.2. We want it 5mm higher, so I need a 2.2. 2.16, We're getting really close to see if my methods actually work. These are the winners. Let's put them into the machine. So the marble path starts here and then it goes down here and it eventually ends up down here. But right in the middle sits the modules intersecting the marble path. It slides up against two edges, both on the top and the bottom. And then the next one pushes up against the first one, and then I'm locking it down with a latch and a stopper. So right there on the top is the latch. So there is the latch. I push it up with the part. Then when I slide it in, the latch falls down and locks the part. And for underneath, I'm using this plywood piece for all the parts in one go. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, I wasn't expecting to nail this first try, but this is a little bit worse than I hoped for. This channel looks great. 2. So I have all the measurements now. I'm gonna measure again, and between I'm re-priming the channels. So I'm playing one marble from each. And then letting the marbles fall in. So now I want to see the same measurement again, because if this is consistent, we have a chance of getting this completely right in the end. 1.6, that's very close to the first -2, so I'm happy for that. I got all the measurements and they're very consistent, so that's good. So let's reconfigure the module values again and see if we can have a better result. Measurement 2, the consistency is great, but the values were kind of bad. But we might have the best explanation possible, because I totally put them in the wrong order. I put them in from left to right. That meant that this 68 module was in this slot, 60 was in this slot, so I totally put them in the wrong order. So I'm just going to put the exact same modules back in, but in the correct place this time. Okay, let's do measure 3. These two looks nicer. Results are in from the third measurement. Very happy with the consistency. And there's 2 tracks that are really close now, these two. If you look at the marble behavior over those 2, it's more or less perfect. With this data, I'm gonna figure out a new configuration and do measurement 4. I switched all the modules again, filled the marbles, and we're starting to see some results. I think you can see it already on the camera that most of the marbles look pretty even, of course with a glaring exception right there. But if I start a marble here, you can see already these 4 channels work. The first one is absolutely spot on. This one is of course not good. So let's take the measurements. I think we're getting there. I got the measurements from measurement 4 and this is a big success. This is by far the best one so far. Very, very close. Almost acceptable for 5 out of 6 channels. But I'm gonna keep on improve this with measurement 5. Takes quite a lot of time. I have to empty the channels. So once I've emptied them completely, I have to switch out all the modules. So every measurement takes an hour or so, actually. Okay, so here's the look of measure 5. I already went ahead and took all the measurement themselves. And I only changed 2 modules, this one 62 here and 84. The last one here got perfect. So we're actually done with 5 out of 6 channels. The first one is good. All these are good. You see, with minimal effort, the marble is passing over. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I measured the wrong way around. I added when I should have subtracted or something. I'm going to change this one for measure 6. So this was effort 6. We still have an issue with this channel. It is better, but I'm gonna change this one again. I don't understand what's happening. You know what? I think it's done for now. Check this out. That's all I'm dreaming of. So I'm using an old module. I don't have modules around this. I would like this marble a little bit lower, but it's okay. It's too high, okay. Okay, we got so close. 5 of 6 channels are perfect. So if I start here, the smallest amount of speed I give this marble, it wants to roll. It's perfect. Actually, in the big picture, this is great news. My height module system is working perfect. When I put in the right value in the height modules, I get the marble to line up, flush up here. Bad news is that right now I don't have the correct value I need for this channel here. Right now in this problematic channel, I have 12 as value. I would need 13 or 14, something like that. I don't have that high module, so I have to make new ones on the CNC machine. So I'll finish today up with a minimalistic improvised waltz. Have you ever seen the trucker horn?